This is a mindset shift, I think, to be aware of the fact that we do sometimes feel this pressure to work constantly on something, even if it's just like working on yourself. Hello! I wanted to talk about how you need to give yourself permission to rest. And if you don't struggle with this, you might just be like, well, I don't need permission. Like, I know I need to take a break, and it might just be something instinctive. But definitely for me, sometimes it can feel like I have to be productive. I hesitate to use that word because I think you have inherent value. You don't need to produce anything in order to be a good person, or I don't want to get like philosophical about it, but like a day just being alive, reading a book, maybe going for a walk somewhere, it doesn't have to be a productive day to be meaningful. So I hesitate to use the word productive. Sometimes I can think that if I've not done a lot, if I am resting, if I decide to take a break from something, I can feel guilty about it, or I can feel like it's not taking advantage of the day or of my energy on that day. Because some days I will feel, if we take something like YouTube videos for example, there are some days where I feel so creative and I have so many ideas and I'm just so excited to share a particular message. There are other days where I really don't feel like sitting down to edit. I mean, I do it anyway and I think that's one good thing that has come out of my daily video challenge that I've been doing, the fact that I had that discipline and had that deadline every day. But I think learning to rest, giving yourself permission to rest, it can be a difficult skill when we are told a lot about how important it is to be productive, how to have like a productive morning routine, productivity hacks. These things can be helpful, but it's almost like rest becomes, I mean, like then I feel bad making a video like this because it's like, what is rest then? Am I sort of turning rest into like a productive thing? If you can at least begin to acknowledge that like go mindset, which looks down on rest or looks down on taking a break, or views a day where you didn't get a lot done, an unproductive day, views that kind of day as not good enough or as sort of a waste of time. If you can move more away from that, that will make it easier to then give yourself permission to rest, because you will be able to acknowledge all of the good things in that day, even if it didn't result in you producing anything substantial or getting all these things done from your to-do list. Like sometimes, if we're going to talk about productivity, sometimes rest can be the most productive thing because you have just exhausted all of your mental energy. Even if you tried to read or work on whatever like passion project, like work on your YouTube channel, even if you tried to do that, you wouldn't necessarily be able to do a very good job of it because you'd be so tired from everything else you were doing. So sometimes then the most productive thing, if you're thinking about how can I get more work done, it becomes productive to rest. But again, I don't know if it's necessarily good to always think about rest in terms of being productive. This is a mindset shift, I think, to be aware of the fact that we do sometimes feel this pressure to work constantly on something, even if it's just like working on yourself and being like, oh, I'm gonna self-improve, I'm gonna learn this stuff, I'm gonna change my mindset, I'm gonna start this new healthy habit. It's all great, definitely all great, but if you can just become aware of that impulse of trying to be in this like self-improvement loop, like sometimes you need to step outside that and just be like, I'm gonna rest today. I'm going to take a break from working on this thing. And at first it might feel uncomfortable to do this because if you're not used to it, or if you're used to giving yourself an allotted time, like I will rest this evening, or I'm taking this evening off, or this day off, but constantly at the back of your mind you're thinking about what needs doing, it can feel a bit strange to just let yourself have that space. Eventually you will get to a point where it becomes something that you're more attuned to, in terms of you'll be able to feel when you need to take that break. It's a difficult thing to perceive because sometimes you might think that you need to rest and it might just be that you feel unmotivated or that you can't be bothered to do this thing today, which is completely fine. Like there are days like that where just whatever needs doing is not necessarily going to get done, or you will do it but you will have a bad attitude about it. There will be other days where you might think maybe I need a break, and you actually really do, and you would really benefit from having a break. I was filming in the car and it was way too hot, so my phone overheated. You can't film when it's hot. The magic of this is that I'll just put this clip next to that one, and for me it's been hours, but for you it's been 2 seconds. Well, I've been rambling a bit now. What I was saying was that you need to reach a point where rest becomes instinctual and you can differentiate between I'm really not feeling this, but I'm gonna push through and do whatever task needs to be done, even if I'm not feeling motivated. The difference between that feeling versus the true feeling of I really just need to rest, even if there's stuff I need to get done, I don't need to bother about that today. I'm still working on this. It's like anything, practice makes perfect. The more times you do something, the better you get, so that it takes pushing through and being like, actually, I probably should have just rested there, or taking a rest day and then being like, actually, I did have the energy, even if it didn't feel like it, and I took a rest day, and that's not a bad thing. It's just crazy. Literally just licked the screen. So this is your sign to maybe take some rest. If you clicked on this video and wanted someone's permission, not that you need it, give yourself permission, but this is give yourself permission to rest. On that note, I have been posting every day, but I might be taking my own advice here, giving myself permission to rest. I have done, I think this video will be the 32nd or the 33rd video in a row. While I've enjoyed doing my daily video challenge, I think maybe I need to have a bit of a rest. Well, I'm still gonna carry on doing videos, because while I have enjoyed it, it has also at times been a bit overwhelming, and I'm sensing that maybe I need to take a step back and reevaluate. Hey, you, sit! Sometimes taking a break is the right thing to do. So I hope this video has been a reminder to you that you can take a break if you need it, and give yourself permission to rest. God bless, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one!